Good morning, and this is Morning Rio. If I see it, I review it. Hosted by Ray Salazar, yours truly. Welcome on this Thursday morning. Today I'm reviewing the film Autumn Tale or An Autumn Tale. It's a French film, a French romantic comedy drama film written and directed by Éric Rohmer. It's part of this series of it's called the Tales of the Four Seasons. This is the last one of the whole four series. This film came out in 1998. In French, this film is called Conte d'Automne. I hope I said that right. Dom, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Anyways, man, Éric Rohmer. If you listen to my previous podcast episode of Éric Rohmer's A Tale of Summer, then you would know about this film. Now, Éric Rohmer is a man who's about romance. He's a man about dialogue. He loves the characters to have conversations because this is a film where, like, as far as the screenplay is concerned, like the screenplay itself, when you have a conversation, it has to lead to somewhere, right? It has to make something suspenseful, and sometimes at the same time, you have to stack the chips. You gotta make everything go more towards what the plot is revolving around with. And in this film, it's like a masterclass of seeing a script come to life. This film has a beautiful screenplay, man. It deals with loneliness, it deals with ambition, and it deals with like the what ifs and taking chances, right? And these are themes in Rohmer's work, especially in the Tales of the Four Seasons. And honestly, in romance genre films, right? Even rom-coms, like even American rom-coms, there's always that taking the chance. There's always that what if. And obviously there's comedy. There's got to be some comedy, and the comedy is through sometimes it's through the situations, and sometimes it's through a conversation. Éric Rohmer loves conversations. And this film really goes about life. It goes about growing up. Like, the characters here are in their middle ages, man. And real quick, credits. Directed, written by Éric Rohmer, produced by Françoise Etchegaray, starring Beatrice Roman, Marie Vireri, Didier Sandre, Alain Lebeau, Alexia Portal, Stéphane Darmon, and Aurelia Aucay. Dude. Cinematography, Diane Barather, who was great in this film. Edited by Mary Stephan. Production company, Les Films du Losange, La Seb Cinema, and Ronin Alp Cinema. Distributed by Les Films du Losange. This film came out in September 1998 at the Venice Film Festival. It's not a long film. The plot is really straight to the point. This chick, her name is Magali. She's a winemaker and also a widow. She doesn't really date. She engulfs herself in vineyards. Her vineyard where she makes wine and makes good wine, apparently. That is her life. At least that's how she's trying to occupy her life. But she wants a man. She needs a man. And it's not like, man, I want to bone this guy. It's more like along the lines of, like, I'm at that age where I just want company, man. I want somebody in my life. I want to share my life, And I love her character, man. Her character is really unique, especially in the Tales of the Four Seasons women actors, or rather I say women characters, like they're similar, they all have wants, needs, and desires. And some of them are, most of them are very just close-minded, like they just stick to one thing and that's it, But Magali's different. You see a woman who, like, you can tell that she's wise or became wise in all her years of life so far, And I guess she has a standard, about how to, to be in a relationship. She wants a certain guy, she just doesn't want any type of guy. And two of her friends decide, you know what? Let's let's match her up with somebody. And this is in the late 90s, by the way. There's no Twitter, there's no Instagram, there's barely any email, but there's no such thing as like, you know, apps to find somebody. You know, it was really just by going out and seeing somebody, or in this case, putting an ad on the newspaper, which worked, which Magali doesn't know about. Either way, these two women separately concoct an idea to, you know, to match up Magali with a man. And one of the friends thinks that this one older dude would do it. And the other friend thinks like, hey, this one guy, like I think he's the one, man. And the guy who they meet at a cafe, you can just tell that it was gonna be a swing. And it all leads to this party, this wedding party, actually. It's the wedding, right? It all leads to a wedding. And I'm not going to say more about it. The meeting between Magali and Gerald, sorry, or Gerald, Gerald. The meeting between Magali and Gerald, man, is, I feel like one of the most iconic scenes of the film, because everything kind of leads up to that point, the meeting. Like, are they going to hit it off? And it's funny because it's a movie, right? Like, it's not predictable, you know, it really isn't predictable, but you kind of have that sense like, you know, this is going to happen, you know. But then again, when you see it, the event unfold, you're like, whoa, we are taking for a little twist, you know. And I love that Rohmer can do that. He was able to write like two scenes in the wedding party, you know, act, where it's very possible that this film will not end in the ending that we think it's supposed to end, you know, which is like obviously a very hopeful and possibly a happy ending, you know. And when I saw Magali and Gerald meet, man, it really, I don't know, man, it just made me smile so big, because it's like, dude, like they're meeting and then they're hitting it off. And even the way the actors like behave, like, you know, towards each other, it's so like real. There's no other word to put it, man. It feels so real and so, in a weird way, like youthful, you know. It shows like youth, you know. It shows a little blast of it, you know, because, you know, these people are in their middle ages. They talk about it, they contemplate about it, they're at peace with it. They you know, as for the most part, they don't have any regrets about their life, really, you know. Like, they've all experienced like stuff in their life, you know, especially related to relationships. And it's funny that Rohmer was able to bring this main topic and revolve all kinds of little instances that like help put discourse on the topic of loneliness and romance and like relationships and all that stuff, man. I suggest you watch this film, man. If you're a rom-com person, if you like comedies, or if you like romance films, man, this is the one, man. And yeah, it's in French, and I love it. You know, I don't care if it is in French. You know, the subtitles work, and I love how these characters like engage with each other. You can tell that there's a good sense of passion in their words, you know, and what they talk about. Freaking French, man, they're passionate, man. They really are passionate about the things that they desire for. You know, in this case, you know, people, you know, a loved one, a hopeful loved one. I gotta say, 4 out of 4 tokes. It's a good film, man. I like it a lot. It's very intelligent, man. Like, you would think that a film that doesn't really have action, or, I mean, it barely has any melodrama, but it's more about scheming. That's the thing. Like, will the scheming work? The process of the schemings and getting to know the characters better as they talk to each other, you know? It's kind of weird how this film kind of works. The writing is very creative, even like in the most basic sense. I mean, it's not a basic film, but it is a basic plot. And when it unfolds, it works. I like Éric Rohmer, man. I wish I could have met the guy, man. Too bad he's not around, but hey man, this is my way of celebrating an autumn tale. Follow me on Morning Shot Films, IG and YouTube. Check out the website, morningshotfilms.co. A lot of stuff there. And on to the next one. Thank you.